Windows has some hidden superpowers, but here's the thing. Microsoft doesn't really tell you about them. Imagine snapping your windows into perfect layouts, searching your entire PC in a blink, resizing dozens of images at once, or even grabbing the exact color from anything on your screen instantly. And that's just scratching the surface. There's so much more waiting to be unlocked. And the best part? It's 100% free, official, and built by Microsoft. In this video, I'll show you how to install it, explore its best features, and share some pro tips to help you get the most out of it. We're talking about Microsoft PowerToys, a free collection of powerful utilities designed to supercharge Windows. Originally launched back in the Windows 95 days, it's been completely rebuilt for modern Windows 10 and 11. And now, it's better than ever, giving you tools to make your PC faster, smarter, and honestly, a lot more fun to use. So, let's get PowerToys installed. You've got two easy ways, and I'll walk you through both. First up, the Microsoft Store. Just type Microsoft Store in your Windows search bar and launch it. Once you're inside, type PowerToys into the search bar and hit enter. Look for the official Microsoft listing. It should be the first result. Click on it. Hit install. And within moments, you're ready to go. Now, let's install PowerToys using the Windows executable file from GitHub. First, open your browser and head to the official Microsoft PowerToys GitHub page. I'll leave the link in the video description. Once you're there, scroll down to the latest release section and click on it. Scroll down again to the Assets section and look for the installer named something like PowerToys Setup Version.exe. Download that file. And once it's done, run it. Just follow the setup prompts, and you're good to go. After installation, you can search for PowerToys in the Start menu. Or find its icon in the system tray near the clock to launch the app. Clicking the PowerToys icon brings up a quick menu with shortcuts to some of the tools. But remember, not every tool shows up here. If you want to see all of them, just hit the More button. From there, you can enable or disable any tools you want, right from that menu. When you double-click the PowerToys icon, you'll go straight to the dashboard, your full overview of every available utility. From here, you can enable or disable tools and customize them however you like. Now that PowerToys is installed and running, let's jump in and explore its powerful features. Alright, first up, let's start with Advanced Paste. This tool takes your regular copy and paste game to the next level by letting you choose how your copied content is pasted. It gives you more control, saves you time, and honestly, it feels like a hidden superpower. One of the most useful features here is Paste as Plain Text. Normally, when you copy text from a website or a document, it drags along all the formatting, fonts, colors, sizes, even background highlights. But sometimes, all you want is the raw text without all that extra stuff, clean and simple. Here's an example. I've copied this paragraph from a web page. If I paste it normally into Word, it brings all that messy formatting with it. See all the styles, bold headings, different fonts, maybe some colors? But if I use Paste as Plain Text, this is where the magic happens. Press Windows plus Shift plus V, and this sleek menu appears, your clipboard's command center. From here, just click on Paste as Plain Text, and boom, it pastes only the words. No fonts, no colors, no chaos. Just clean text that I can style however I want. No more wrestling with stubborn formatting. It's done in a click. And the best part? Advanced Paste isn't limited to plain text. It's got a few more tricks up its sleeve that can save you tons of time, which we'll explore next. Now, let's look at paste as .txt file. Super useful if you want to turn whatever you've copied into a ready-to-use text file. I'm on a website and I see some text I want to save, so I just select it. Right-click and hit copy, or press Ctrl+C. Next, I go to the folder where I want the text file to appear. Then I press Windows+Shift+V to open the advanced paste menu. From here, I select paste as .txt file. Instantly, you'll see a new file appear, usually named something like PowerToys Paste. When I open it, everything I copied is right there in plain text. No formatting, no images, just clean text. This is perfect for saving code snippets, quick notes, or bits of text you want to store without the hassle of manually creating and naming a file first. Now, let's try paste as .png file, a super quick way to turn anything you copy into an actual PNG image file without needing to open any extra apps. First, copy an image. This can be from any file type or source. For example, right-click a picture on a website and select Copy Image. Next, open the folder where you want the file to be saved, and press Windows+Shift+V to open up the Advanced Paste menu. From the list, select Paste as .png file. And just like that, a brand new PNG file appears instantly in the folder. Opening it shows the exact image that was copied, saved, and ready to use. This is perfect for quickly grabbing a logo, meme, or screenshot without having to go through the usual save as process in another program. Here's one of my favorite tricks inside Advanced Paste: image to text. Imagine you've got a picture or a screenshot that has text in it. Normally, you can't just highlight and copy the words. They are locked inside the image. But with PowerToys, you can pull the text straight out of the image in seconds. First, right-click the image and select Copy, or press Ctrl+C. You can even copy an image directly from a website, like this one. Just right-click and choose Copy Image. Now, open Notepad, Word, or anywhere you want the text to appear. Press Windows+Shift+V to bring up the Advanced Paste menu. From the menu, click Image to Text. Then paste. And there it is. Text that was locked inside an image is now fully editable. No retyping, no extra apps, no hassle. This is a total game changer for copying quotes, grabbing info from PDFs, or pulling text from screenshots instantly. Next, let's explore one of the coolest hidden gems in Advanced Paste: transcode to MP3. This lets you instantly convert any audio or even a video file you've copied into an MP3 without needing separate converter software. Here's how it works. First, find the audio or video file you want to convert. Let's say I have a video clip and I only need its audio for a podcast or background music. I'll guide you step by step through the entire process of downloading a Windows ISO file, creating a bootable USB drive, and installing Windows on your PC. Whether you're setting up a new system or fixing your current one, this tutorial has got you covered. Right-click the file and choose Copy, or just press Ctrl+C. Now go to any folder where you want the converted file saved. Press Windows+Shift+V to open the Advanced Paste menu. From here, choose Transcode to MP3. And that's it. Within seconds, you'll see a new MP3 file appears in the folder. When I play it, I get just the audio from my original file, clean and ready to use. This is perfect for pulling sound from lectures, interviews, or music videos without messing with big editing tools. Here's a tip. Even if the audio file is in an uncommon format, like .wav, .flac, or .ogg, you can still copy it and use this feature to instantly convert it to MP3, making it much easier to share and play on almost any device. Another powerful feature in Advanced Paste is transcode to MP4. This lets you instantly convert videos to MP4 format. Super handy because MP4 works almost everywhere. Here's how it works. First, find a video file. Maybe it's in an older format like .avi or .mov. Right-click it and choose Copy, or just press Ctrl+C. Next, navigate to the folder where you want the new video to appear. Press Windows+Shift+V to bring up the Advanced Paste menu. This time, select transcode to MP4. Within moments, a new MP4 version of your video appears in the folder. You can open it, play it, and share it anywhere. No complicated converters needed. It's perfect for making sure your videos play smoothly on all devices, or for compressing large files into a more compatible format. Next up is the super handy Always on Top feature. This lets you keep any window visible on top of all other windows, no matter what you're doing. Imagine watching a tutorial video while taking notes or referencing a document while working on a spreadsheet. This feature makes multitasking way easier. Here's how it works. First, open the window you want to keep visible. Let's say I have few calculations to make and note them down at the same time. I have my Word open where you can see the calculations, and I have to open the calculator and write down the answers. Now, with the calculator active, I'll press Windows plus Control plus T. That's the default shortcut to toggle Always on Top for the active window. You'll see a subtle colored border appear around the window. That border means the window is now pinned on top. Now you can calculate and note it down without the calculator disappearing behind. Now, no matter what other windows you open or click, this window will stay visible. When I'm done, I can turn it off with the same shortcut, Windows plus Control plus T. The border will disappear and the window will behave normally. If you want, you can customize how that border looks and sounds. Head to PowerToys dashboard, select Always on Top, and scroll down to the Appearance section. Here in the Appearance section, you can choose whether the border color uses your Windows accent color or a solid custom color of your choice. You can adjust the opacity to make the border more or less transparent, and change the thickness to make it thinner or thicker. There's even an option to play a sound when you pin or unpin a window, giving you audible feedback. These options help you personalize your experience so the feature fits perfectly with how you work. This one simple shortcut makes multitasking so much easier, especially when you're working across multiple windows and need something to stay visible at all times. Now let's look at a really useful PowerToys tool, Awake. This feature keeps your PC awake without you having to mess with Windows power or sleep settings. Imagine you're running a long file download, rendering a video, or doing a big update, and you don't want your PC to go to sleep or your screen to turn off halfway through. Awake makes sure that doesn't happen. The great thing is, Awake doesn't change your Windows power plan permanently. Instead, it just tells Windows to stay awake while it's running, and the moment you close it, your PC goes back to its normal power settings. Let's open PowerToys dashboard. Click on Awake, and see the modes Awake offers. First, we have Keep using the selected power plan. This means Awake is active, but it won't actually change anything. Your PC will follow its usual power and sleep settings. If you're curious what those are, just type Edit Power Plan in the Windows search bar, and you'll see your current default plan. Awake will simply use these exact settings when this mode is selected. Next, we have Keep Awake Indefinitely. This mode keeps your PC awake continuously until you turn off Awake. It's perfect for long downloads, video rendering, or maintenance tasks. Keep Awake for a time interval lets you set your PC to stay awake for a specific period, like 30 minutes, 1 hour, or any duration you choose. After the timer ends, your PC automatically returns to its normal power settings. Next is Keep Awake until expiration. This mode keeps your PC awake until a specific date and time you set. Perfect if you know exactly when your task will finish. You can adjust the end date and time according to your needs. And if you change the timer while it's running, it automatically resets from your latest input. By default, Awake only prevents your PC from sleeping, but still allows your screen to turn off. If you want the display to stay visible, for example, during a live presentation or while monitoring something, just enable Keep Screen On. This will keep your displays active as long as Awake is running in a custom mode. Awake also lives in your system tray for quick control. Just right-click the Awake icon, and you can change its mode instantly. The icon even changes depending on what mode you've selected. If you hover your mouse over the tray icon, the tooltip will also tell you exactly what mode it's in. This is one of those small but powerful tools that can save you a lot of frustration. Next up, let's explore Color Picker, one of the most useful tools inside PowerToys. Color Picker is a simple yet powerful utility that lets you grab colors from anywhere on your screen and copy them directly to your clipboard in the format you want. Whether you're a designer, developer, or just someone working with colors, this tool makes life so much easier. Here's how it works. To activate it, just press Windows plus Shift plus C. Immediately, your cursor turns into a color picker. Now hover over any part of your screen. It could be an image, some text, a button, or even the background. If you want more precision, scroll your mouse wheel up. This zooms in and freezes the image so you can pick the exact pixel color you want. Once you click, that exact color is instantly copied to your clipboard in hex format, ready to paste wherever you need. But that's not all. After picking a color, an editor window pops up. Inside this editor, you can view the color in multiple formats like hex, RGB, HSL. You can also copy any of these values with a single click or fine-tune the color to create a variation. Right here using the color bar, you can click the center to precisely adjust values like HSV, RGB, or hex. Or click on the edges of the bar to quickly pick a similar shade. Every color you pick gets saved into your color history. If the history gets too full, you can right-click any color to remove it, or even export the entire history for later use. Let's pick a nice shade of blue. I'll copy the hex code. Open Word. Go to Font Color. More colors. Custom. Paste the code. And boom, my text instantly turns that exact shade. Pretty cool, right? Here are a few quick tips you should know after activating the Color Picker shortcut. If you press the left click of the mouse, it will pick a color, copy it to clipboard, save it to history, and open the editor. If you click scroll wheel, it will pick a color in close. And the right click closes Color Picker without copying anything. Now, if you want more control over how the Color Picker works, just open the PowerToys dashboard. Click on Color Picker and explore the customization options. Here, you can tweak the behavior, adjust settings, and personalize it to match your workflow. In short, Color Picker is more than just a quick hex grabber. It's a full-featured, customizable tool that lets you pick, fine-tune, manage, and export colors with ease. Ever wish you could crop part of an app and keep it floating on your screen? With PowerToys Crop and Lock, you can focus only on what matters, whether it's a YouTube video, a chat window, or just part of a dashboard. Let me show you how it works. First, open PowerToys. Go to the Crop and Lock section and make sure it's enabled. Once it's on, you'll unlock two crop modes, thumbnail and reparent. Now, let's break down the two modes. Let's start with thumbnail mode. Press Windows plus Control plus Shift plus T, and your screen will dim. Now, just drag to select the part of the window you want. As soon as you let go, a brand new window appears showing only that cropped region. This new window is live, meaning if the original window updates, your thumbnail updates too. But here's the catch. The thumbnail is only a viewer. You can't click or interact with it. It's more like a floating preview. This is super useful if you need to keep an eye on part of an application, like a video, chat, or data feed, without having the full app blocking your workspace. To close it, simply hit the close button and the thumbnail disappears. Now let's talk about reparent mode. Press Windows plus Control plus Shift plus R. Select the area you want and this time the original app is replaced with just the cropped portion. Unlike thumbnail mode, you can actually interact with this cropped window. Click, type, scroll, just like a normal application window. Hello everyone. In today's video, I'll guide you step by step through the entire process of downloading a Windows ISO file. And when you're done, closing the cropped version restores the original full window. And that's crop and lock, a simple but powerful way to keep only what you need on your screen and save valuable space. Ever feel like your desktop is a digital disaster zone? Tabs everywhere, windows overlapping, and you spend half your day just arranging your screen instead of actually getting work done. What if I told you there's a free Power User tool from Microsoft that can completely transform your workflow? Next up is we're diving deep into FancyZones, the ultimate window manager utility hidden inside Microsoft's PowerToys. FancyZones is a window manager that lets you create custom, efficient layouts for your windows. You define zones on your screen, and with a simple drag or a keyboard shortcut, your windows snap perfectly into place. It's about working smarter, not harder, and restoring your perfect layout in a flash. Here's how it works. Hold the Shift key and drag any window. You'll see these zones light up. Drop the window into a zone, and boom, it snaps right into place. That's how simple it is to get started. But the real power is in the customization. This is where the magic happens. You can see all sorts of customization here. The zone appearance, the opacity. Here you can customize the window behavior. I mean, there is fine-tuning to exact likings that you want inside of here. You can do windows switching with page up and page down with the Windows key. Now let's go to the most important section, the layout editor. When you open it, you'll see a list of layouts that adjust based on how many windows your monitor can handle. Clicking on a layout shows a live preview. The selected layout is applied automatically. Double-clicking a layout will apply it and close the editor. By default, layouts have spacing between zones. Some people like that, others don't. So hit that edit button, and you'll be able to toggle that on and off. You can also adjust the spacing size. The default is 16 pixels. Need more zones or fewer zones? You can change that too. Now, templates are great, but they don't give you full control. So here's where it gets fun. You can duplicate a template or create your own custom layout. At the bottom, select Create New Layout. You'll see two styles, Grid and Canvas. Let's choose Grid and hit Create. Now, this is a little floating box. That's important information, but definitely leave that open. If you save and apply, it's going to come back to this screen. And what you will need to do is right-click the custom layout and click Edit Zones. The grid model starts with a 3-column grid and allows zones to be created by splitting and merging zones, moving the gutter between zones as desired. You can edit the layout using mouse or keyboard. To divide a zone, just click your mouse. To rotate a divider, hold Shift and click. To move dividers, click and drag the gutter. To merge or delete zones, select a zone, hold the left mouse button and drag the mouse until multiple zones are selected. Release the button and a pop-up menu will show up. Select Merge and they will become one zone. This is how a zone should be deleted, by merging it into another zone. That's pretty cool. And just like that, I've created my own fancy zone. Hit Save and Apply. Now, when I exit out of here and I bring back up applications, I can snap them to all of my windows. And this is a thing of beauty, especially when you're developing, using a lot of tools, doing anything inside of your machine. Now, of course, there's tons of options inside of FancyZones. So be sure to come in and really look around at all of the little options that you have available. FancyZones turns window chaos into a thing of beauty, and once you start using it, you'll never want to go back. The next tool in PowerToys is called File Locksmith, and it solves a really common problem. Have you ever tried to delete or move a folder or a file, only for Windows to say this file or folder is in use? Sometimes it tells you what program is locking it, but other times it doesn't. That's where File Locksmith comes in. For example, if I right-click on this folder and choose Unlock with File Locksmith, it instantly checks whether any files inside are being used. Here you can see I've got a Word document open, an Excel file, a PDF in Adobe Reader, and even File Explorer itself. If you click on the drop-down, you can expand the details for each process. That way, you not only see which app is using the file, but also the exact file path it's holding. Now here's the powerful part. From inside File Locksmith, you can end the task directly. You can also end all related tasks, which will close every instance of those apps, release the lock, and let you delete, move, or rename the file. But be careful. Ending a task will close everything in that program. So if you have multiple documents open in Word, ending the task will close them all. And that's File Locksmith, a straightforward but extremely handy PowerToys tool for unlocking your files. No more guessing, no more random errors. Just right-click, check, and take action. Mouse Utilities is another one of my favorite PowerToys in the suite. It's a collection of features that enhance the mouse and cursor experience in Windows. The first feature is Find My Mouse. Ever lose your cursor on a busy screen? This feature is a lifesaver. Just press the Control key twice, and a spotlight instantly appears around your mouse pointer, making it easy to spot. It's especially handy when giving demos or screen recordings, since it directs viewers exactly where you're pointing. To dismiss the spotlight, just click the mouse or press any key. If you don't interact, it will disappear automatically a few moments after the mouse stops moving. From the Mouse Utilities settings page, you can fully customize this. Don't like pressing Control twice? No problem. You can set it, so simply shaking the mouse activates the spotlight instead. You can also tweak the appearance and behavior of the spotlight to suit your preference. The next feature is Mouse Highlighter. This one adds visual indicators whenever you click the left or right mouse buttons. Activate it by pressing Windows key plus Shift plus H. By default, left click Show as yellow and right click Show as blue. Perfect for tutorials, demos, or presentations where the audience needs to follow your clicks. And of course, you can customize the colors, sizes, and effects inside the settings. If you don't want to use it, just press Windows plus Shift plus H again to turn it off. The last feature I want to show is mouse pointer crosshairs. Activate it with Windows plus Alt plus P, and crosshairs appear centered on your pointer. This is especially helpful if you're doing precision work, giving demos, or recording tutorials where viewers need to follow the pointer exactly. Just like the other tools, you can customize everything, color, opacity, thickness, so the crosshairs perfectly fit your setup. And if you're done with it, press Win plus Alt plus P again to disable. Together, these mouse utilities make it easier to track your cursor, highlight your actions for viewers, and boost your productivity, whether you're working, presenting, or recording tutorials. Have you ever needed to resize a bunch of photos at once, but Windows doesn't really give you a simple option? Well, with PowerToys Image Resizer, you can bulk resize images in just a few clicks, directly from File Explorer. Let me show you how it works. First, let's look at a single image. Now, if I right-click on it, you'll notice there's a Resize Image option. That works fine for one picture. But the problem comes when I select multiple photos. If I right-click, there's no option to resize them all together. And that's exactly where PowerToys comes to the rescue. So let's open the PowerToys dashboard and enable the Image Resizer feature. Here I've got a folder of images, each one between 1 megabyte and 3 megabytes in size. After enabling Image Resizer, I can now select all my images. Right-click, and this time there's a new option, Resize with Image Resizer. When I click it, a new window opens with a set of presets. By default, PowerToys gives you 4 quick options: small, medium, large, and phone size. But the real power is in the custom option. With this, you can set an exact width and height, for example, 800 by 600 pixels, or even define your own preset if you often need a certain resolution. For this demo, I'll pick large, and then hit Resize. In just a few seconds, Image Resizer creates copies of all the photos, right in the same folder, while keeping the originals untouched. Let's compare. This photo was 3 megabytes, and the resized version is only 322 kilobytes. That's less than a quarter of the original size. And if I open them side by side, you'll see the quality is still really good. So you get a huge storage savings with almost no noticeable loss in quality. And if you head into the settings, you'll find extra options to fine-tune everything just the way you need. And that's PowerToys Image Resizer, a quick and easy way to batch resize images without installing any extra software. Whether you're preparing photos for email, uploading to social media, or just saving disk space, this tool makes the job effortless. Now let's talk about another great tool in PowerToys, Keyboard Manager. This utility lets you remap keys, create custom shortcuts, and even assign a single key to type out full words or phrases. It's perfect if you want to speed up your workflow, fix broken keys, or just customize your keyboard to work the way you like. To get started, open PowerToys Settings and head over to the Keyboard Manager tab. Here, you'll see 2 main options. Remap a key, which changes what a single key does. Remap a shortcut, which lets you create or customize keyboard shortcuts. Let's remap a key. When I open it, I see the remapping window. At first, it's empty. So I'll click Add Key Remapping. Select the input key to send the output or the action I want. For example, I can set it up like this. In Select, I'll type the letter A. And into Send, I'll type the letter B. Now whenever I press the A, Windows will type B. But pressing B still types B. I'll add a new key remap. In Select, I'll type the letter B. And into Send, I'll type the letter A. Hit OK to save the changes. Now the 2 keys are completely swapped. Pressing A gives me B, and pressing B gives me A. This is super useful if you're used to a different keyboard layout, or if you want to fix a broken or worn out key. And the best part is, you can remove any mapping at any time. Go to Remap a Key. And if I just delete the mappings and hit OK, the keys simply go back to normal. But here's where things get really interesting. You can map a key to text. Let's try it. Click on Remap a Key. I'll add a new key remap. To Send, I'll select Send Text. For example, I can map the H key to output the text hello. Hit OK to save, and that's it. So now, every time I press H, Windows instantly types hello. Think about it. You could set up one key to type your email signature, your phone number, or even a quick code snippet. And just like before, you can remove it anytime. So that's Keyboard Manager in PowerToys, turning your keyboard into a fully custom productivity tool that works exactly the way you want. Opening files just to see what's inside can be a real workflow killer. You double-click, wait for an app to open, then close it again just to check the contents. Well, with PowerToys Peek, you can preview almost any file instantly, without opening separate apps, and without interrupting your work. Peek is a system-wide tool that gives you quick previews of all kinds of files, images, Office documents, videos, Markdown, text files, developer formats, even web pages. It's basically like a universal quick look feature built right into Windows. Using Peek is super simple. Just select a file in File Explorer and press the shortcut Ctrl+space. A preview window instantly pops up showing you the contents of that file. From there, you can use the arrow keys, left and right, or up and down to scroll through all the files in that folder. And if you only want to cycle through specific files, just select them in Explorer before you hit the shortcut. Peek will then only preview those selected ones. By default, the Peek window automatically resizes itself depending on what file you're looking at. But sometimes you might want the preview to stay the same size and position on your screen. That's where the pinning feature comes in. Click the pin icon, and Peek will lock the window to its current size and position. Click it again to unpin, and the window will go back to resizing automatically with each new file. And that's PowerToys Peek, a simple but powerful utility that saves you tons of time by letting you preview files instantly without ever leaving File Explorer. Renaming files one by one is a pain, and even Windows' built-in bulk rename tool is pretty limited. That's why PowerToys Power Rename is so powerful. It lets you batch rename files with advanced options, while still keeping part of the original file name if you want. Windows does have a bulk rename option, but it's very basic. Normally, if I select multiple files and right-click Rename, whatever name I type is applied to every file, with just a number added at the end. So if I type Demo, I'll end up with Demo 1, Demo 2, Demo 3. Not very flexible if I want meaningful names or want to keep part of the original file name. This is where Power Rename comes in. It gives you much more control. First, make sure the feature is enabled in the PowerToys dashboard. Let's try it with a real example. Here, I've got a bunch of photos from my vacation in New York City. When I import photos from my SD card, they come in with names like DSC001 or IMG002. They all have generic file names, but I want to rename them to include a description, the year, and still keep the camera's original naming style. Now, of course, you can select the files individually. If the files are all lined up together, just hold down the Shift key, click the first one, then the last one, and Windows will select everything in between. If the files are scattered in different spots, hold down the Control key and click them one by one to select only the ones you want. But in my case, I want to rename all of the files in this folder. So instead of selecting them individually, I'll just right-click the folder itself and choose Rename with Power Rename. The window opens up. On the left, I see my original file names, and on the right, I'll get a live preview of what the new names will look like as I make changes. First, I want to add the description NYC Summer Vacation to these file names. Now, looking at my files, I notice something. Some photos start with DSC. Those came from one device. Others start with IMG. Those are from a different device, so I'll handle them separately. I'll start with the DSC files. I'll search for everything that has DSC in the name. And now we're going to replace it with NYC Summer Vacation. But I also want to put the DSC back into the file name, so I keep and retain the original camera reference. Instantly, the preview updates to show me exactly what the new names will look like. I'll hit Apply, and those changes are locked in. Next, I'll do the same for the IMG files. I'll clear the fields, search for IMG, and replace it with NYC Summer Vacation IMG. Apply again. And if I go back to the folder and double-click, I can see that all of the files have now been renamed, while still keeping part of the original file name. Now I want to add the year the photos were taken, so I'll select the files, right-click, and open Power Rename again. The first view can be a little confusing because it still remembers the last search and replace. As you can see, it's showing NYC Summer Vacation twice. And the reason for that is because it still thinks we're replacing IMG with NYC Summer Vacation IMG. So the very first thing I usually do here is clear the fields. That way, I'm starting with a clean slate and working directly with the current file names. Next, I want to search for all of the files that have NYC in their names. As soon as I type NYC, it picks them up. Now, notice something. NYC disappears in the preview. That's because the system thinks I'm replacing the word NYC with nothing. But that's not what I want. Instead, I want to add the 4-digit year in front of NYC. If I click the little info icon, Power Rename shows me the syntax. Everything starts with a $sign. If you want a 4-digit year, type Y 4 times. If you want a 2-digit year, type Y 2 times. And there are other options you can choose from the list, but I usually just type them in manually. So I'll replace NYC with 4-digit year. The letters need to be capitalized. As I type, the preview updates in real time. Now it's missing the letter NYC, so I'm going to type that back in. And I think you get the idea now, right? Perfect. I'll hit apply, and the year is added to all file names. Even if the preview looks like it's duplicating text sometimes, don't worry. When you go back to File Explorer, the names are clean and correct. Now I can see that this picture was taken in 2025. It's labeled NYC Summer Vacation, and I still have the original file name from the camera, so I know exactly which device took the photo. Pretty straightforward. There's a lot more you can do within Power Rename. For example, you can change the text formatting. Make all file names uppercase. Make all file names lowercase. Or use sentence case. There's a lot to explore, but for most of us, what we've covered here is more than enough. And that's Power Rename. A simple, powerful tool for bulk renaming files while keeping parts of the original file name intact. It makes organizing files, whether it's photos, documents, or project files, so much faster and cleaner than Windows' default option. Next up, let's look at PowerToys Run, a quick launcher for Windows Power users. This tool gives you instant access to applications, files, system commands, calculator functions, and even web searches, all without slowing you down. To open it, just press Alt plus space. From here, you can start typing, and it's much faster than using the Start menu. For example, if I want to launch Chrome, I just type Chrome and hit Enter. If I want to run a quick calculation, I can simply type the expression, and it immediately shows me the result. Need that result in your clipboard? Just press Enter, and it copies automatically. You can also search for files, system settings, or even the web right from here. And here's where it gets even more powerful. PowerToys Run is modular, so it supports plugins. That means you can enable advanced searches, toggle extra features, or even disable plugins you don't need. If you plan to use this feature regularly, it's worth checking out the available settings. You'll be surprised by how customizable it is. Super powerful, super fast, and honestly, super cool. Next up, let's look at Quick Accent, a handy little utility inside PowerToys that makes it super easy to type accented characters, even if your keyboard doesn't support them. This is especially useful if you type in multiple languages or if you just want to add accents for names and words without memorizing complicated shortcuts. Here's how it works. Hold down the key for the character you want. While still holding it, press the activation key. By default, that's the spacebar, or you can use the left or right arrow keys. An overlay will appear at the top showing all the accented variations of that character. Keep pressing the activation key to cycle through the options. Release the key when you see the one you want. Let's try it with the letter E. I'll hold down E, press the right arrow key, and now I see accented characters across the top. If I stop at A and release, I can type the word café, just like in French. Here's another example with the letter N. I'll hold down N, press space, and I get the accented versions of N. I'll pick N, and now I can type mañana, which is Spanish for tomorrow. See how easy that is? Instead of memorizing tricky alt codes, you can instantly add the right accent and type words naturally. Another great tool in PowerToys is the screen ruler. This lets you quickly measure pixels on your screen using advanced edge detection technology. It's super helpful for developers, designers, or really anyone who needs accurate measurements of distances, spacing, or dimensions on their desktop. And honestly, it's also just fun to use. To activate it, press Windows key plus Control plus Shift plus M. You'll see the screen ruler controls pop up at the top of your screen, where you can choose different measurement styles. Bounding box the dashed square icon. Click and drag to measure the width and height of any area. Here I'll drag over a box, and instantly I can see its exact width and height in pixels. Hold Shift to keep multiple boxes visible until you cancel the interaction. You can cancel any measurement at any time by pressing Escape or clicking the mouse. The spacing tool measures both vertical and horizontal pixels at the same time as you move your cursor around the screen. I can hover between two shapes, and Screen Ruler will display the spacing between them, perfect for checking alignment. The horizontal option lets you measure only left to right spacing. I can measure the width of a shape without vertical numbers cluttering the view. And the vertical option does the same, but top to bottom. I can move from top to bottom of a box to see the vertical pixels. There are a handful of options you can configure in settings. So whether you're designing a UI, adjusting layouts, or just curious about pixel spacing, Screen Ruler is a quick, precise, and surprisingly fun tool to have. Now let's move on to the PowerToys shortcut guide. This one is super helpful, especially if, like me, you sometimes forget what certain Windows shortcuts are. Here's what it does. It displays a full list of common keyboard shortcuts that use the Windows key. These include things like window management, taskbar navigation, and system commands. To activate it, you can press Windows plus Shift plus /. Or, if you set the option to trigger when you hold down the Windows key, here's what happens. I'll just hold the Windows key for a couple of seconds, and this pop-up appears. Now I get a clean overlay showing all the available Windows key shortcuts. It's like having a built-in cheat sheet right on your screen. For example, I can see here that the emoji panel can be opened by pressing Windows key plus period or Windows key plus semicolon. So, I'll try it. Hold Windows and press period, and boom, the emoji panel pops up. You're free to explore the other shortcuts shown on the screen too. It's a simple way to discover or remind yourself of the many Windows shortcuts without having to Google them. The next cool utility inside PowerToys is called Text Extractor. This tool lets you copy text from anywhere on your Windows screen, even from places where you normally can't, like inside images or videos. It works using OCR technology, which means it recognizes text and visuals and turns it into something you can edit. Super handy if you want to quickly grab text without retyping. Here's an example. Say you're watching a video and notice some text you'd like to save. Instead of pausing and typing it all out, you can use Text Extractor. To activate it, press Windows plus Shift plus T. Your mouse will turn into crosshairs, and then you just drag over the area that has the text. As soon as you let go, the text is automatically copied to your clipboard. Then you can go to Word, Notepad, or any app, press Ctrl plus V, and paste it right in. It's that simple. Of course, you might want to double-check the text because OCR isn't always 100% perfect, but in most cases, it does an excellent job. Here is an image, and I want to copy text from this image. I'll press Windows plus Shift plus T, drag over the text, and paste it. Cool, right? So whenever you need to copy text from a picture, a scanned document, or even subtitles in a video, Text Extractor makes it quick and effortless. Next up, let's check out PowerToys Workspaces, a really powerful desktop manager that helps you launch applications into your perfect layout with just one click. Instead of manually opening apps and dragging them around every single time, you can save your ideal setup as a workspace and instantly relaunch it whenever you need. Here's how it works. First, enable Workspaces in the PowerToys settings. Then open the editor either by clicking Open Editor or by using the shortcut Windows plus Ctrl plus backtick. From here, click Create Workspace. This opens the Capture experience, which looks like your normal desktop, but in Capture mode. Keep this tab open. Now arrange your apps exactly the way you want. For example, I'll snap Excel over to the left, put PowerPoint on the right, and maybe open Calculator at the bottom. Once I'm happy with the layout, I just hit Capture. That takes me into the editor, where I can give my workspace a name. Let's call this one my workspace. I can also create a desktop shortcut for quick access later. If I decide I don't want certain apps in the workspace, I can just click Remove next to the app. There's also a preview window at the top showing me exactly which apps are part of the workspace. Once everything looks good, I hit Save. Now watch this. I'll close all of those apps. When I want to relaunch the workspace, I can either click Launch from the Workspaces editor or just use the desktop shortcut. And just like that, Excel, PowerPoint, and Calculator all reopen and snap back into the exact positions I saved. The best part is, you can create multiple workspaces, maybe one for work, one for studying, and another for entertainment. No matter what you're doing, you can get into your perfect setup in seconds. The last tool we'll look at is ZoomIt, a screen zoom, annotation, and recording tool that's perfect for technical presentations and demos. ZoomIt runs quietly in your system tray, and you activate its features with simple, customizable hotkeys. To use it, I'll head over to the ZoomIt icon in the system tray. For this demo, I'll focus on the 3 essentials: draw, zoom, and record. But before that, there's also a handy break timer feature. If you need to give your audience a short break during a presentation, you can activate the timer. Use the up or down arrow keys to change hours, and the left or right arrows to adjust minutes. When you're done, just hit Escape to exit. All right, let's move on to the essentials. First up, draw. As the name suggests, this lets you annotate directly on your screen. Perfect for circling important details or highlighting specific areas. And when you're finished, just press Escape to clear the annotations. Next, zoom. This is incredibly useful for presentations. You can zoom in on any part of your screen, then move around to focus on different details. Scroll your mouse wheel up to zoom in further. Scroll down to zoom out. While zoomed in, left-click to start drawing on the screen. Right-click to exit draw mode, then move around freely. If you want to draw again, just left-click once more. And when you're finished, just press Escape. It's a super handy way to keep your audience's attention on exactly what you want them to see. Finally, record. When you activate this, a yellow border appears around your screen, showing that recording has started. ZoomIt is now capturing everything you do. Once you stop the recording, ZoomIt automatically prompts you to save the recording as an MP4 file on your drive. It's quick, simple, and perfect for tutorials, walkthrough, or even just sharing a fast demo later. So that's ZoomIt, a lightweight but powerful tool that combines zooming, drawing, and recording into one neat package, making presentations much more interactive and engaging. And that's a wrap on our deep dive into Microsoft PowerToys. The best part? They're completely free and built right into Windows once you install PowerToys. So if you've ever wished Windows could do just a little bit more, now you know it can. Try out these utilities, find the ones that fit your workflow, and watch how much smoother your day-to-day gets. Thanks for watching. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips and hacks. Until next time, happy tweaking with PowerToys.